Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. Anthony Harris, singer and songwriter, born and raised in Huntsville, Alabama. Is that where you still are today?
Yes. Yep. Lifelong resident here, yes.
So tell us a little bit about growing up in Huntsville and living in the Alabama life.
Well, it's Huntsville's an interesting location. The Space and Rocket Center is here, and it's all been centered around Redstone Arsenal, the Army base, and what the work that we've done here for my whole life, which is space shuttle program, and even now they still do rocket tests on the Arsenal. So there's a lot of diversity here, and I think people probably don't realize, that this. I think they're realizing it because Huntsville's grown so much the last 10 years. So it's a great place. It's very diverse. The weather is up and down like a yo-yo, but hey, we all are used to it if you're from here. So, but
Right.
it's a great place. There's a lot of music here. The music industry is good here. A lot of venues, if you're interested in that sort of thing.
Now, when did this music bug first hit you?
Well, I've always liked music as a child growing up. I never took any formal music or singing lessons, or I picked up a guitar when I was about 19. In college, I just started playing and enjoyed it. For me, it was more of a peaceful try to, get things that are troubling you out. And so that's how I started writing music after I learned to play the guitar a little bit on my own, and putting things on paper, the way you're feeling or something you've seen that day, or sometimes you're out on a vacation and something just pops in your head that you want to, hey, I want to sing about that. And then you just put it on paper and put it to the guitar, that whatever chords you put together. I know that sounds really simple, but that's how it starts, and then you just
Exactly
refine it.
that.
Anthony Harris is a 54-year-old singer-songwriter of country, folk, Christian, and old school rock. His favorite artist growing up was Richie Valens, and country artists like John Anderson and Clint Black. He also loves hip-hop acts like LL Cool J and Beastie Boys. Anthony was born and raised in Huntsville, Alabama.
And so I started writing music when I was 25. I'm now 55. So I have hundreds of songs I've written, but it had never occurred to me to record them or sing them until about a year ago. And my daughter she got me interested in YouTube. And it just kind of snowballed from there for me. It just...
He began writing songs to relieve stress in his 20s and 30s. Anthony started recording and singing his music about a year ago, wanting to spread the word to the world that you should never quit on yourself and you are never alone. This led to his first studio release in June of 2025, Don't Run Away. Since then, he's released 7 other songs, the most streamed being Prayed for a Horse, released in January of 2026.
And some of them now, I've read some of them are doing quite well. Recently we featured one of your songs, What's This World Coming To, on the Second Opinion Sports Show on the CW in Eastern North Carolina.
Yes.
And that was really a wonderful song, great video that you put together, and
I really
between the
love
visuals
that.
and the music, it's kind of like a song for everyone, song for the world.
It is. I think it's, we can all understand that song, where the world is, lots of troubling things all over the world. So that's why I like that song so much, is it doesn't just talk about, one thing. It's very broad, everybody can understand troubles that are going on. So
don't know why I hurt so deep inside to the depths of my soul, but this world is gonna rise, and I don't even know if we're gonna survive. And this place is slipping toward hell, and I think it's time that we try to change our ways and maybe compromise if we're even gonna realize. But what's this world coming to? But what's this world coming to? And just what will we do? And this world is on fire. I lift my head and I can't believe my eyes. Better stop kneeling down if we want this world to even survive. And this place is slipping toward hell, and I think it's time that we try to change our ways and maybe compromise if we're even gonna realize. What's this world coming to? What's this world coming to? And just what will we do? I don't know why I hurt so deep inside, to the depths of my soul. But this world is gonna rise. If we don't try, we're all gonna die. And this place is slipping toward hell, and I think it's time that we try to change our ways and maybe compromise if we're even gonna realize. What's this world coming to? What's this world coming to? And just what will we do?
And I've had, a couple other songs I've released. Ironically, sometimes as an artist, you write a song. I love all my songs, but you don't ever know what the listener is gonna, how the listener is gonna, what's gonna take off, what hits home for somebody. So the song that's doing better than any of my songs, I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't have picked that song to be my most listened to song, and it's a song that I wrote back in the last summer when I was on vacation in Montana, and I put it out there, and it's got more streams than any song I've ever done. That song came from a trip to Montana when I was in a place really isolated, and I thought to myself, man, for a horse right now, and that's how that song came to be. Kind of a quirky little song, but a cool story to it. And hey, you never know what people like. Something that even as my own song, I wrote it, I like it, but I wouldn't. If you'd asked me, hey, is this song be your most listened to song yet? I would have probably said, no. But hey, what do you know?
We don't know. And, it just depends on what kind of day someone might be having when they hear something. It might touch them a certain way. Now, I read somewhere that you're a big fan of LL Cool J and the Beastie Boys.
Yes.
Would you say that aside from those two artists, were there others also that were influences in your approach to music?
Absolutely. I mean, even back in the 50s and 60s, I love Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, Beach Boys, all of the Beatles. All of these artists influenced me as wanting to play guitar. I really love the old school guitarist. It's just raw. They got up on stage and it was like people loved it because it just was different at the time. but I still think that's the best guitar music even today.
Something very pure about it.
Yes.
And it's authentic. And I think that's, I'm a songwriter also, and it's you're reaching into the part of you that's kind of untouched, and you're letting people see that, and you're vulnerable to things, and putting like you said, singing about your feelings and sharing those things, and that really connects you to your audience. You've got a couple people you've been working with on your music production: P.T. Houston, Aaron McCaffrey.
Yes.
How did you make those connections? How did that come about?
Well, I had some music on Instagram. They heard it and they contacted me, and I was like, what? So I said, hey, why not? I went and met them. They're close to Nashville, and I loved them. It was just a good connection right off the bat, and they've got years and years of experience in the music. And more than anything, for me, it was just a learning experience. I'm a novice, but so for me to step into their world of what they do and the artists that they've worked with, it blows my mind. The talent level is unbelievable that they've worked with. So those things are great because you learn so much. But and that's the part I like about it, learning what I can do better.
It's all part of our evolution. It's always changing, and new inspiration and new ideas, and technology. There's so many new things on the horizon and tools for us to use, as far as instruments and whatnot. So it's really fun. Now on the production side, now these songs that you released recently that are doing so well, are they part of an album project?
Well, we thought about it, but not yet. We're just doing singles for now. I think maybe in time I'll put something together as I go. But right now I'm just focused on just the individual releases, see how things go.
And are you performing live anywhere?
No, I think that's another thing that's a little different. With today's technology and where music is with streaming, not to take anything away from live performance, it's great. But at my age, I feel like that's not what I choose to do. I'm relatively shy. So I'm not saying I would never do it. I'm just saying that I enjoy putting the music, writing it, singing it, getting it out, let people listen to it. If something comes along, hey, you never say never. But I have to this point, no, I don't get on stage and some of the venues, and there's plenty around, but I'm not much into big crowds and loud noise, so I don't know how much I would enjoy it, but I don't know.
And being behind the scenes is great too, and sometimes the music ends up and you just never know where it's going to end up.
Well, yeah, that's the same question. Like if you'd asked me that same question a year ago, would I be doing what I'm doing? I would have said, no, I'm not interested in that. But here I am. So, hey, a year from now, it could be a totally different story.
I'm thinking about you. Been on my feet too long, too late. Been sucking down that stuff all day.
Now, your music is kind of a blend of country, folk. You kind of got a gospel feel, some of that old school rock, and you're mentioning some of the rock and roll pioneers. that, were influences, to you. Where do you see kind of this folk and rock kind of genre today? There's definitely a taste for like country and things like that, but a little bit more along the lines of what you're doing. Are you seeing other artists like yourself out there, or are you just kind of blazing a new trail?
Yes, both. I think, but there are some artists out. I've listened to some, but and the talent level is unbelievable. But interestingly to me, at least with my music to this point, it's amazing how many countries that like country folk kind of music. My audience, looking at some of my stats on like Spotify, I think it's interesting that places you would have never thought, but then you start researching these countries, and the love of country folk music is there. They have artists that are, like, for example, like Nigeria. Who would have thought there was any kind of interest in the country music there? But there is. Norway, Brazil, very musical. So I'm learning a lot that your audience doesn't have to always be, in the Southeast United States, or it can be worldwide, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps somebody like me.
The UK has a big following too in that arena as well.
I've noticed
so it's fun. You're right. It's fun to see those numbers and see where people are tuning in. And
I was looking at like talking about Nigeria. There's an artist there that's country music, but isn't it interesting? I would have never thought that. That's something I've learned, that music is worldwide, and your audience can be worldwide. You don't have to be a superstar to have audience worldwide these days, which is amazing.
That's the beauty of the internet. We can touch people anywhere on the globe. So what's coming next? Do you have any new projects, or I know you said you're going to stick with the singles. So is there any new inspiration that you're working on?
Well, I've released a song last Friday that's out, and it's called "Just to Make You Smile." And the song is a again, country rockish song, a little more country-ish than the last one that I did. But it's a song about humor and just wanting to laugh instead of, everything being always so serious. And that's why I wrote that song, is to put a smile on somebody's face, and the lyrics kind of, that's the whole point of it. It's a very light, fun song.
You're absolutely right. Humor, laughter is good medicine, as we say. And so any favorite comedians that may be inspired, wanting to go this direction? People that make you laugh?
Yes, yeah.
Your favorite funny people?
Yeah, Steve Martin. Steve Martin has always been funny to me, and he's a banjo player. People may not always remember that, but
like a virtuoso, if you can call it that. He's really a master of his craft. I will agree. I enjoy watching him play.
He's always, to me, my favorite comedian, and he can play music instruments, and that's how he kind of got his start. And so definitely he's at the top of my list.
I wonder how I can make somebody smile today or laugh. I wonder. And every once in a while, when I think about you, I wonder if there's anything that I can do to make you laugh a little louder or crack a smile. Maybe I could run around in circles with my hair on fire. just to make you smile, just to make you smile. And I keep wondering how or what I could do. Keep on thinking if there's anything that I make do to make you smile a little bigger or laugh out loud. Maybe I could tell a funny joke or throw my shit just to make you smile. Just to make you smile. And every once in a while, when I think about you, I wonder if there's anything that I'll make you do to make you laugh a little louder or crack a smile. Maybe I could dance to a fire and melt my shoes just to make you smile. Just to make you smile. Just to make you smile.
That's a great inspiration and a great example too. So there is a lot of people that don't realize, and the talent of years ago, people had to do more than one thing.
That's right.
So, they not only acted, they sang, they danced, they played an instrument, they maybe were artful, maybe they did athletics. There's always different layers to talent. We all have to tap into our creative abilities.
Yeah. And they have to, that's the biggest thing is the confidence to, put something out there. Because when you put something out there, before you do it, there's X amount percent you're going to get naysayers. There's always naysayers in any walk of life. That's not good enough. That's trash. And you have to look beyond all that. If you're really motivated and you continue to improve, and don't let people drag you down.
And believing in yourself and what you do and what you create is so important. And the name of this show is called Mental Margarita. So it's about kind of finding your passion, following your dream. Your mental margarita is that thing that keeps you centered and gives you inner peace. It could also be something fun that people do to like get away and escape. So what's your mental margarita? What's your thing that kind of brings you back, or kind of puts things back in perspective for you?
Well, besides, playing music, which always does that for me, I enjoy getting outside, of course, fishing, or going here lately. It's been going somewhere like on a trip somewhere I've never been, just seeing something different. That always helps me put things in perspective, that there's a big world out there. It's more than just your day to day, where we all, we get stuck in our day to day in our cities, but yeah, traveling and fishing, being outside.
That's great. Being outside is so good for us anyway. We need fresh air and sunshine and to connect with nature. And well, it's been so wonderful having you on the show. Thank you so much for sharing your music, your talent with us. How do people reach you if they want to follow you, keep track of those new singles coming out? What's the best way?
Best way, yeah. Instagram is Anthony W. Harris Jr. Music, and then Spotify is, you can search in the search bar the same name. That's my entire name. So Anthony W. Harris Jr. and but don't call me Anthony because that means you're mad at me. But I go by Tony, but you can find my music on Anthony Harris Jr.
Wonderful. Well, we'll stay in touch for those updates. We're excited that now folks get to hear your music in Las Vegas and around the country as well. And thank you again for being with us, visiting with us, and sharing your talent.
A Reliable Pest Control is committed to providing great customer service using the best industry-leading products and most of all, reliability. Family-owned and operated for over 25 years, we offer faithful, friendly service at fair rates. Get started today at justdeadbugs.com. A Reliable Pest Control, the only name you need to know when you've got bugs and you want them gone. Call 258-4011.
Embrace your inner child and schedule a visit to the LV Puppet Studio located in the Boulevard Mall. We offer streamlined monster puppets and furry hand puppets that can be completed during one short visit. Our lead puppet maker, John Tomasello, also creates custom puppets for clients for use in schools or any online project. The studio is also available for puppet parties and occasional puppet shows. And we make public appearances for community events, variety shows, and school assemblies. For more information and to book your puppet making experience today, visit lvpuppets.com. That's lvpuppets.com.
We can learn a lot from the squirrel, but do you know where all your nuts are? You need a plan and a right-hand man. Learn how you can achieve FIRE. Gain financial independence and retire early. Call Lucas Thomas, your right-hand man in financial planning today at 602-885-1148 or visit rhmreal.com.